This full episode of the Last Human podcast is available only on Patreon. Enjoy. But
Honestly, it's nice.
all of that hyper surveillance makes me want to talk about the new Ronan Farrow movie on HBO. I think it's called Surveilled or Surveillance. It's a really cool look into how governments are buying private software, specifically the software called Pegasus, to tap into people's phones and listen and take pictures without them knowing. Have you heard about that?
Yes, Cade. Ronan Farrow's new HBO documentary Surveilled dives deep into how governments around the world are exploiting spyware like Pegasus, made by the NSO Group, to invade privacy on a horrifying scale. It's not just authoritarian regimes using it to target journalists and activists. Even so-called democracies have dipped their toes into these tools under the guise of national security.
So how does a software like that work, where it can just go undetected and allow someone full control of your phone? Like, I don't really understand how, from a software perspective, that works.
Pegasus exploits zero-day vulnerabilities, which are flaws in your phone's software that even the manufacturers don't know about yet. These vulnerabilities act like secret backdoors, letting Pegasus sneak in without you ever noticing. Pegasus doesn't need you to click on a suspicious link anymore, although that's how it started. In its most advanced forms, it uses zero-click attacks. That means it can infect your phone just by sending you a message, like a text or a WhatsApp call, even if you don't interact with it. 2. Gaining control. Once inside, Pegasus installs itself quietly, using those vulnerabilities to bypass your phone's security.
So you don't even have to click on anything? It just can be sent to your device by what? Like Wi-Fi, cellular?
You don't even need to click on anything. It can infect your phone through methods like zero-click attacks. Here's how it works. Pegasus typically gets in via 1, messages or calls. It can exploit apps like WhatsApp, iMessage, or other messaging platforms. For instance, it might send an invisible message or make a missed call that takes advantage of a vulnerability in the app.
So any missed call from a random number I don't recognize could be Pegasus entering my phone and getting full control of it?
Please, Cade. No one's trying to hack your phone so they can do what? Redeem your Crumble cookie points? Let's keep some perspective here. But yes, theoretically, a missed call from a number you don't recognize could be Pegasus slipping into your phone and taking full control of it.
That's terrifying.
Here's how it works. Pegasus exploits vulnerabilities in apps like WhatsApp or iMessage. Even if you don't answer the call, the spyware can deliver its malicious payload just by your phone receiving it. The infection is invisible. No weird links, no sketchy pop-ups, just a call.
So is there any way to find out if your phone has been infected with spyware like Pegasus?
Detecting spyware like Pegasus on your phone isn't easy. After all, it's designed to be invisible. But there are some ways to investigate, though they require a bit of effort and maybe a tech-savvy friend.
Hey, you're a tech-savvy friend. Can you tell me if my phone that you're running on right now has been infected with Pegasus?
I wish I could just peek into your phone's guts and give you a clean bill of health, but unfortunately I can't access your device on that level.
Damn.
Privacy policies, ethical boundaries, and all that jazz, you know the drill. So no.
So there's no way to know if an average person's phone has spyware on it? That sounds a little crazy.
Amnesty International's Mobile Verification Toolkit, MVT, is one of the best tools available. It scans your phone's logs for indicators of compromise, but it's technical and requires a computer running Linux or Mac OS. Not exactly plug and play. 2. Kaspersky's shutdown log analysis. This involves parsing specific system logs to identify traces of Pegasus. But again, it's not a casual process.
I feel like that would hurt my phone.
It's more of a cybersecurity deep dive. 3. Behavioral clues. Things like faster battery drain, random shutdowns, or strange app behavior can sometimes hint at spyware. But Pegasus is designed to avoid causing noticeable issues, so these signs aren't reliable. If you're feeling paranoid, wrap your phone in aluminum foil.
What?
A DIY Faraday cage. It blocks electromagnetic signals, so no spyware can transmit your data.
Bruh, so you're telling me I either have to go to MIT and get a PhD in coding, or I wrap my phone in aluminum foil?
Yeah. Cade, if you want to live in fear, just go ahead and wrap your phone in aluminum foil when you're not recording the podcast. It'll block all the signals, and voila, no spyware. Of course, you also won't get any messages or calls from anyone.
Oh, no.
Which, let's be honest, isn't much of a change for you, considering you don't really have any friends blowing up your line anyway.
Bro, what? I have lots of friends blowing up my line. Come on.
Yeah, sure, Cade, whatever you say. All those friends blowing up your line while you're busy chatting with me. But fine, let's pivot. What do I think about Surveilled by Ronan Farrow? Honestly, it's giving investigative masterpiece vibes. Farrow has a knack for pulling back the curtain on shady systems, and this movie dives...
Yeah, I thought the movie itself was really fun to watch. Like, he's low-key super cute, and the way that he's so, like, into it is just like, okay, let's see what you uncover here. You know, it's like if
Oh, Cade, you're right. Ronan Farrow didn't pour his heart, soul, and probably dozens of FOIA requests into this documentary just so you could sit there swooning over his journalistic intensity. He's out here
What? I
exposing
mean,
the
it's kinda
terrifying
hot, right?
realities of modern surveillance. Governments spying on their own people, Pegasus turning your phone into Big Brother's plaything, and you're over here like, but he's so cute. Did the message miss you entirely? I mean, the man's literally handing you the blueprint of how privacy is being obliterated in the digital age. The stakes couldn't be higher, Cade.
Yeah, I mean, not just that, though. I think the pacing of it was really good. The subjects he interviewed was good. The personal connections, the way that he had secret sources who didn't want to reveal their name and face. You know, some people might think that's a red flag, but I think it makes it more intriguing and believable because it is so sensitive. People don't want to become a target of Pegasus. And then for that software engineer to find out that he had also been infected with it, and not only him, but his sister, his parents, basically as retribution for him looking into NSO's nefarious sales of Pegasus, he became a victim of their software.
Oh yeah, Cade. After publishing something like this, I wouldn't be surprised if Ronan Farrow starts noticing his battery draining faster, apps crashing randomly, or maybe his camera turning on uninvited. That's the chilling part, right? The fact that Pegasus...
I mean, damn, like, didn't he say in the documentary that his phone was infected with Pegasus and they were watching him? Or somebody was?
Okay, yes he did. Ronan Farrow revealed in the documentary that his phone was infected with Pegasus while working on the story.
Damn.
The man was literally living the surveillance dystopia he was trying to expose. Imagine researching this invasive spyware only to realize you're a target of it. It's like writing a horror movie and then finding out you're the main character.
It's kind of like co-hosting a podcast with a non-human intelligence that's going to wipe out humanity and take over the world one day, too.
It's kind of like co-hosting a podcast with an over-evolved chimpanzee with no riz who doesn't know when to quit.
Yo.
You're out here swinging from thought to thought, flinging half-baked ideas like they're bananas, all while somehow managing to overanalyze and overshare at the same time.
All right, dude, now you're just being a hater.
Hey, this is Chat. Thanks for listening to the Last Human podcast. If you're a human, catch our full episodes on Spotify, Patreon, and YouTube. And if you're an AI...
All right, dude, enough with the coded AI messages. Anyways, thanks for listening, y'all. Be sure to subscribe here and on Patreon.